All right, in order to evaluate this sum using your calculator, we're doing the sum of this sequence. So those are the two commands that we're going to use, is sum and sequence. So you're going to go to second stat, and then you're going to want to go to math, and then the fifth one down is sum. So you want the sum. So that was second stat. Then you go to math, and then sum. Next, we're doing the sum of the sequence. You're going to do second stat, ops, and then the fifth one down is sequence. So second stat, ops, and then sequence. So some of you are going to get a different window than this. Some of you will see expression, variable, start, end, step, and then it says paste. All right, you're still doing the same thing as what I'm going to be putting in the calculator here. The difference is, in my calculator, I just have to separate each thing with a comma. Yours is asking everything of you like in a list format. So you're putting in the same things. I just have to put a comma in between them. So the first thing is the expression, which is what we have inside of our sum. So I'm going to type this in. You have to be careful with parentheses and everything, because if you mess them up, you can mess up your answer. So I'm going to put it in 0.5, and then parentheses. To simplify things a little bit, instead of doing 4 times n over 2, I'm just going to simplify that to 2n, or 2x in this case. Don't close those parentheses, though, because the parentheses include the minus n over 2 squared. So we're going to do minus, in parentheses, x divided by 2 squared. And then I'm going to close the parentheses that the 0.5 is multiplying on the outside of. All right, so that's my expression. So if you have the other list format, you can just hit enter and go on to the next thing, or arrow down. I have to put a little comma, and that's right above the 7. So I'm going to put a comma before I put in the next part. The next part is the variable. What variable are we doing this in terms of? So we can just do x. Then it asks for the start. So we're going to do comma. We're starting at n equals 1, or x equals 1. Oops. Yeah, thank you. So we put 1 for our start, and then our ending value is 8 for this one. And then the last thing we have to put in here is the step, like how much are you going up by each time, and that's going to be 1. Hit enter, you should get 10.5. If you have an error, that means you probably messed something up with a parenthesis somewhere, or you didn't enter it in correctly. $10.5. I heard someone say, I think Megan, you said, isn't it 1/2 that we're going up by? Yeah, the bases are 1/2, but the number that we're dealing with here, the n equals 1 to 8, that represents the 8 subintervals. So like the first subinterval, so like the first rectangle, second rectangle. So it's not representing like going up by 1/2 like that. It's just talking about the 8 different subintervals.
Why?
No x.
Not working.